when the average rank and file local 100 member understands the strategy that we're employing right now and the strategy that we're moving forward with, which is fight like hell against the concessions, don't agree with what Governor Cuomo's idea of what our contract should be, don't agree with the MPA's concession demands, continue to fight and rebuild the local and get to the point where we finally settle the contract, where they pump money into this contract to allow us to take care of our families. Binding arbitration is not an option. Binding arbitration, in fact, is a potential disaster for local 100 members. And that they're trying to bind us to is 4% over 5 years with $5,000 a year in health benefit payments. It doesn't make sense right now to go to binding arbitration. A strike is off the table, at least for right now. I'm not saying permanently, but at least for right now. And accepting a concessionary contract along the lines of what the state workers accepted and along the lines of what the pattern is absolutely off the table. Over a 3-year contract, we want wages that keep pace with inflation. If inflation is 2.8, we want 2.8. If inflation is 3.4, we want 3.4. That's what we're looking for in this contract. Those are the wage demands. The other primary demand that I've told the company this many times, I will not settle this contract. We will not walk away with a contract that doesn't dramatically improve the dental plan that we're suffering under right now. The dental plan is an absolutely disgusting affront to transit workers. It's appalling. And the more children you have, the more you realize how appalling it is. And I'll tell you something. There's been a lot of discussion over the last 10 years about respect and dignity for transit workers, and it's been the mantra of the union in some instances going into contract fights. But the fact of the matter is, you can't even begin a conversation about respect and dignity for transit workers until the company fixes the dental plan. Because there's no greater disrespect being doled out to transit workers right now than forcing us to take our children to the butchers that are in this dental plan. And we're going to fix that, and we're going to change it, and we're not going to settle a contract without an improved dental plan. The demand for part-time bus operator is the most dangerous demand that they have, aside from the $5,000 a year for health benefits. If they succeed in bringing a part-timer onto this property, everybody knows the way the TA does business. They get a foot in the door, then they kick the door down, and they spread the poison all over the system that they were able to get in one spot. Now, part-time bus operator is the one demand where I've told them in no uncertain terms, there's no way we ever agree to part-timers. Part-timers are off the table, and I don't care whether it's part-time bus operator or part-time anything, there's no way it's going to happen. Everybody in this room needs to think about that. If part-time bus operator came onto the property, imagine the impact that would have on train operators and conductors, where they would love to be able to schedule to hire 1,000 or so part-time train operators and conductors and put them into the schedule mix. First of all, these jobs would disappear totally for our children, our grandchildren. The union would be gone, radically changed over the next 10 or 15 years. There'd be no jobs left for our children, and nobody here would be making any money. Back to my original statement, it leaves us in a position to fight hard against the concessions, refuse to take the concessions, and continue to build Local 100, continue to rebuild till we get to the point where we have enough leverage on this company to be able to pump money into the deal, to be able to compel them to pump money into the deal.